Max Pringle with these headlines. The FBI searched Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago, Florida residence Monday as part of an investigation into whether he unlawfully took classified documents there. Feature Story News' Chris Jones reports.
Former US President Donald Trump says his home in Mar-a-Lago was raided by the FBI on Monday. It's the first time a search warrant like this has been carried out by the FBI and was reportedly brought about by Mr. Trump's handling of official documents. The FBI has not produced a comment. Mr. Trump, though, said in a statement that these are dark times for the US. I'm Chris Jones.
4 states are holding primary elections today. All eyes are on Wisconsin's governor's race. The Republican matchup features competing candidates endorsed by former President Trump and former Vice President Mike Pence. Democrats are picking a candidate to face 2-term Republican Senator Ron Johnson for control of the closely divided chamber. Meanwhile, voters in Vermont are picking a replacement for retiring Senator Patrick Leahy. He's the longest-serving senator. In Minnesota, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar faces a primary challenger who helped defeat a voter referendum to replace the Minneapolis Police Department with a new Department of Public Safety. President Biden will sign a $280 billion bill to boost domestic chip production today. The CHIPS and Science Act is a major economic priority for the administration as backlogs caused by the pandemic have held up delivery of computer chips, most of which are manufactured abroad. The delays affected the auto industry and the video game industry, among many others. The bill directs subsidies to chip manufacturers and got rare bipartisan support. More than 90% of advanced chips come from Taiwan. Administration officials expect that China will make big investments in the industry in the coming years and that this bill will help the U.S. get a competitive leg up. The European Union said Monday that it put forward a final text to revive the 2015 Iran nuclear deal as 4 days of indirect talks between U.S. and Iranian officials wrapped up in Vienna. Feature Story News' Lucy Burchard reports from Brussels.
A year and a half of high-stakes stop-start talks have led here. EU Foreign Affairs Chief Josep Borrell on Monday said that all that could be negotiated had been negotiated. It's now the start of an anxious wait in Brussels as officials hold out for a green light from Tehran and Washington. Borrell says if the response to the latest text put forward by the EU is positive, the revised Iran nuclear deal can be signed. But it's not the first time that all sides appear to be on the brink of a breakthrough. In the past, there have been disagreements over sequencing, whether sanctions are lifted before curbs in Iran's nuclear program kick in, or vice versa. Analysts say that while agreement could now be within reach, political obstacles remain.
And that's Lucy Burchard. A side effect of the pandemic is that the restaurant industry is having trouble attracting and keeping workers. As Public News Service's Mike Moen reports, that may be because of the low wages and skimpy benefits that many workers experience.
The Restaurant Opportunity Centers United has been working to develop the Restaurant Workers' Bill of Rights. It seeks to provide livable wages, better access to health care, a safe work environment, and participation in governance. Justin Taylor, a restaurant worker and member of Rock United's Minnesota chapter, feels it's a comprehensive approach to long-standing issues.
I definitely think that this will be a fantastic way to fight the injustices that the restaurant workers have seen for a real long time now.
The proposal will be introduced to Congress in September, and organizers say months of outreach to restaurant workers across the U.S. helped determine what should go into the bill. Minnesota has seen nearly 20,000 people leave their establishments for different jobs.
And that's Mike Moen reporting. A new report says California delayed or improperly denied unemployment benefits for roughly 6 million people during the pandemic. The report released Monday by the Nonpartisan Legislative Analyst's Office says the state does not prioritize getting benefits to workers quickly. The report said California is focused too much on preventing fraud instead of processing payments quickly. The Employment Development Department estimates the state paid about $20 billion in fraudulent benefits during the pandemic. Nearly all of that money came from a federal program aimed at independent contractors and the self-employed. That program has since ended. I'm Max Pringle.